The average person touches their phone over 2,500 times a day. We are a society tethered to our devices, our attention spans dwindling with each swipe and scroll. Smartphone addiction is real, and its consequences extend far beyond our individual lives. One of the most alarming and tangible dangers is the rise of distracted driving. Smartphones have become extensions of ourselves, offering a constant stream of information and entertainment. Their allure is undeniable, but their presence in our lives demands careful consideration. The reality is that these devices are not just tools, they are powerful computers designed to capture and hold our attention. The innocent act of checking a notification or responding to a message while driving can have devastating consequences. We may believe we are capable of multitasking, but our brains are simply not wired to handle the demands of driving while simultaneously engaging with our phones. According to the National Safety Council, cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes each year. Texting while driving is 6 times more likely to cause an accident than driving drunk. It's estimated that 1 out of every 4 car accidents in the United States is caused by texting and driving. The statistics are clear. The risks are too great to ignore. Distracted driving is any activity that diverts attention from the road, and smartphones are the leading culprit. The act of texting, browsing, or even just talking on the phone impairs our cognitive abilities, delaying reaction times and hindering decision-making. Studies have shown that using a phone while driving reduces brain activity in areas crucial for driving by a staggering 37%. The dangers of texting while driving are well documented. Sending or reading a text message takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's the equivalent of driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. The risks are undeniable, yet many drivers continue to engage in this reckless behavior. The problem extends beyond texting. Using navigation apps, scrolling through music playlists, and even talking on the phone, whether handheld or hands-free, can significantly impair driving performance. Our brains struggle to process multiple streams of information simultaneously, leading to slower reaction times, reduced awareness, and an increased risk of accidents. In fact, distracted driving accounts for approximately 25% of all motor vehicle crash fatalities. According to the National Safety Council, cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million crashes each year. Despite these alarming statistics, many drivers still underestimate the dangers of using their phones behind the wheel. The economic impact of distracted driving is staggering. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates that distracted driving costs the U.S. economy over $40 billion annually. This includes costs associated with medical expenses, property damage, lost productivity, and insurance premiums. The burden on our healthcare system is immense. Hospitals across the country are overwhelmed with patients suffering from injuries sustained in distracted driving accidents. These accidents often result in severe trauma, requiring extensive medical treatment and rehabilitation. The financial strain on both individuals and the healthcare system is significant. Beyond the immediate costs, there are long-term economic consequences to consider. Victims of distracted driving accidents may suffer debilitating injuries that prevent them from returning to work. This loss of income can have devastating effects on families and communities. The economic ripple effects of distracted driving are far-reaching and impact all of us. According to recent studies, distracted driving accounts for nearly 10% of all fatal crashes, and the costs are rising each year. In 2020 alone, the economic cost of distracted driving increased by 5%, highlighting the urgent need for effective interventions. Section 4, Lives Shattered, a story of loss and the human cost. The statistics are alarming, with over 3,000 lives lost each year due to distracted driving. But these numbers fail to capture the true human cost. Behind every number is a life forever changed, a family torn apart by a preventable tragedy. Consider the story of the Miller family, whose lives were shattered when a distracted driver ran a red light, colliding with their car and killing their 8-year-old daughter, Emily. Emily was a bright and cheerful child, full of life and laughter. She had dreams of becoming a veterinarian and loved spending time with her family and friends. Her life was cut tragically short because of one person's decision to pick up their phone while behind the wheel. The Millers are now left to navigate a world without their beloved daughter. The pain is immeasurable, the void impossible to fill. They are haunted by what could have been, by the future stolen from their little girl. Their story is a stark reminder that distracted driving has real and devastating consequences, not just for the victims, but for their loved ones as well. Remember, every text, every call, every distraction can lead to a life lost and a family broken. Section 5. A crisis ignored: distracted driving in the shadow of history. We have faced public health crises before. The opioid epidemic ravaged communities, claiming countless lives. Drunk driving, once a pervasive problem, was curbed through public awareness campaigns, stricter laws, and a shift in social norms. Distracted driving is a crisis of similar magnitude, yet it continues to plague our roads. In 2019 alone, distracted driving claimed 3,142 lives in the United States. We must treat distracted driving with the same urgency and resolve as other public health threats. Studies show that drivers using phones are 4 times more likely to be involved in a crash. This requires a multi-pronged approach, including education, legislation, and technological advancements. We need stricter laws, increased enforcement, and comprehensive public awareness campaigns to drive home the dangers of distracted driving. Over 400,000 injuries occur each year due to distracted driving. Just as we successfully tackled drunk driving, we can overcome the distracted driving epidemic. It requires a collective effort, a commitment from individuals, policymakers, and technology companies to prioritize safety over convenience. The lives of countless people depend on it.